Welcome to the guide on how to do proper price check for cluster jewels. I had no time to write a script, so I hope you're ready for my bad English. To save time, you should not do proper price check for every large cluster jewel. The most important thing for a large cluster jewel is item level. If your large cluster jewel is not item level 75 or higher, you should skip proper price check. And here is the reason. On PoE website, which I use for crafting and for everything I need for cluster jewels, select large cluster jewel, and you can see that for most important mod, 2 added passive skills are jewel sockets. The minimum item level for large cluster jewel is 75, meaning if it's not 75 or higher, you can roll only 1 added passive skill is the jewel socket, which is not good. So in my case, I have item level 69, meaning I will skip proper price check and set price at, let's say, 30 cas. A little bit higher price because it adds 8 passive skills as a base. For large cluster jewel, the best base is with adds 8 passive skills. Large cluster jewels with 9 or more, up to 12, are not good. And I can explain why. Let's see on my passive tree. With large cluster jewel, the best mods are 3 notables and 1 mod. 2 added passive skills are jewel sockets. With such large cluster jewel, you will have only 2 small passive skills. So this way you waste the smallest number of passives. It is always better to have large notable than small passive. A reason, in most cases, people prefer to use large cluster jewels with 8 passive skills. So let's go back to my examples. This one has 8, but it is not item level 75 or higher, so I skip proper price check and set at 30. The next example is again under level 75, and it adds 9 passive skills. This one I will set at 20 and forget about it. So if very rare, you will receive offer for such jewels in the next 5 minutes. This means you set up a wrong price, you mispriced, most likely mispriced the jewel, and you trigger someone live search with your price. So in that case, you will need to do proper price check before you decide to sell the jewel. Most likely you will not receive any offer and will need to lower the price. You go to 20, to 10, if not sold for 10, you should use those large cluster jewels in vendor recipe. You can trade 5 random cluster jewels for 1 cluster jewel from the vendor. Now here is one example of large cluster jewel for which I will do proper price check. It is item level 83, which is good. It adds 8 passive skills as base, and 2 added passive skills are jewel sockets, which is good mod. And for this I will visit official Path of Exile trade page, search for large cluster jewel. Now for the base, number of this. The maximum number should be 8. Now the enchant Add a small passive grant, in my case, one attack deal 12 increased damage. And now I need to search for two notables, Marshall and Vicious. Marshall, here it is, and here it is. And also added passive skills are minimum 2. And did I miss something? No. Let's search. So you can see that there is not many. And here is my. So not many people use wands in this league. So I could guess that price is around 25-30 chaos maximum. So I will set price at 30 chaos, and this will be that. While making this video, I got a nice upgrade for my old large cluster jewel. As you can see, I was missing third notable on this jewel, and here is my upgrade. I got a large cluster jewel with 3 notables, and 2 added passive skills are jewel sockets. Now let's do the proper price check for this jewel. In stat filters, pick maximum for passive skills, skill grant 12 increase chaos damage, then pick the 4 mods on my jewel. As you can see, those are 4 mods, and hit search, and as you can see, there is none at the moment on the trade. Now remove the 2 best are Unspeakable Gifts and Wicked Pole. Remove one and see the price. As you can see, even without third notable, price is around 3 exalted orbs and already at 4 with third notable Touch of Cruelty, which is better for bosses but not for clearing the maps. And let's say this jewel is not good because is missing third notable, and it's not possible anymore to get the third notable, which means probably person mispriced and set the higher price than should. As you can see, it sits 7 days in his stash. So for my jewel, I would say price is between 4 and 5 exalted orbs at the moment. Maybe even more, depending if people prefer a notable for clearing the maps and not for bosses. Now, the medium cluster jewel can have only 1 jewel socket, so item level is not so much important. Also, the best base is adds 4 passive skills, and it should have 2 notables. 1 added passive skill is jewel socket and 1 random mod. And item level will give you just that last random mod a little better depending on your item level. So let me explain. On PoE select medium cluster jewels, and for my jewel it is 6 increase effect of non-curse auras. You can see that depending on level, that one random mod could be added small passive skill, also grant 2, 4 or 6 increase area of effect aura skills. So if it's 68 or higher, it can be 4, and for the best tier need to be item level 84. Also for mod like something like this, you can see that for item level 84 you get the best tier for that last random mod. But because it is just a little bit better, item level is not so much important. So only thing that you should care when you check your price, when you do price check, if medium cluster jewel is item level 84 and adds 4 passive skills, you should check price check and do proper price check, because some people will use such cluster jewels for base as a base for the crafting. So let's see. Search number of passives, set 4. Enchant is 6% effect of non-curse auras. Select item level 84. And you can see that price as a base is around 15 chaos. Maybe even 20, depending on time of the day. Like this one. So if you get item level 84 and you wish to sell it as a base, be sure to select minimum item level 84. Now let's do proper price check for fully crafted medium cluster jewel like this one. It has the best base, adds 4 passive skills, 2 really good notables, and 1 added passive skill is the jewel socket. So let's price check this jewel. So now I will remove item level and add the mods. That is this one, and replenish. Replenish. And one mod is passive skills are jewel sockets. Medium cluster jewels can have maximum 1 jewel socket. So now let's search. You can see the price for similar jewels are starting with 3.8 exalted orbs. What is interesting for such expensive medium cluster jewels, that even for base with adds 6 passive skills, which is not good, price will still be really high. So sometimes it is worth checking, price checking even for jewels with 6 passive skills. And finally we have small cluster jewels. As a base they can add 2 passive skills or 3, and both are good. I will show you on my passive tree. So let's say I can get 1 more passive point for my build, and that last point, at the moment I could spend, the best way to spend that last point would be on 6% increase maximum energy shield. In this case it is better for me to use small cluster jewel with adds 3 passive skills, because that last passive point I could spend on small passives like this one. So you see, it gives more than just 6% decrease maximum energy shield. But in the case, if I have 2 passive points to spend, and the last point is, let's say, for I can take with that last point jewel socket, or maybe some notable, or maybe notable like this, then it's better for me to have adds 2 passive skills, because notable is usually, or jewel socket is better than the small passive skill, even like this. On PoE DB, click on small cluster jewel, and you can see what possible bases are for small clusters. Usually the most expensive base is 4% increase maximum life or 6% decrease maximum energy shield. If you check 4% increase maximum life, you can see what possible notable this base can roll. Small cluster jewels can have 1 small notable, and 3 additional mods can be added small passive skills also grant. The best notable for 4% increase maximum life is Fatal. 10% increase maximum life and plus 20 to maximum life, or better say, the most expensive notable. Depending on your build, you may prefer something else. And also nice is Wall of Muscle, 6% increase maximum life and 5% increase strength. For Energy Shield, 6% increase maximum energy shield base, the best is, or most expensive, the notable, which gives plus 100 to maximum energy shield, which is huge. Also nice is Veil Shaper, which gives 5% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield, which is good if you have large mana pool. Small cluster jewels can have 1 notable, and 3 mods are added small passive skills also grant. Depending on the item level, you can get additional, for let's say for maximum life, you can get, for best tier is item level 84, and you can get the best value for maximum life. Now let's do proper price check for this small cluster jewel. So add 2 passive skills, add a small passive skill grant, 6% decrease maximum energy shield. This is 1 notable I have, and added also grant 14, and that is tier 2, 13 to 16 to maximum energy shield, so I will use 13. And the last mod, in this case I don't need to search, it is less important. And let's see, you can see the starting price is around 2 exalted orbs, and here is mine at 2.5. In case your small cluster jewel is item level 84 and you wish to sell it as base for the crafting, add for item level minimum item 84 and search now. And also, I forgot, not corrupted. So you can see the price is around 15, 20, probably even more, 25 chaos as a base. So you can sell the white cluster, small cluster jewel with base 6% increase maximum energy shield for 15 to 20 chaos. And I think that the life small cluster jewel with the base 4% increase maximum life is even more expensive. Yeah, you can see it's already at 35 or 39. Someone is buying at low and reposting at higher price. So even white cluster, small cluster jewel with base 4% increased maximum life and item level 84 can be sold for nice amount of cash. At the end, here is one bonus tip. If you need to buy these small, medium and large cluster jewels for your build and wish to save currency, be sure to use live search. By using live search, you can get these jewels at a much cheaper price. This will be all for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.